Hey guys, it's Watchgambit and another watch review to be placed for people's enjoyment. First things first, Murphy's Irish Stout, 4%, a brewery founded in 1856. Nice darkish Irish, very soft stout that I like. Gimmick for the day is for a NATO strap. I am wristing today a Seiko SRP 777, aka the Turtle. Very classic, very nice, and goes with a lot of different straps. And speaking of straps, it has the cheapest NATO strap on at the moment, not one of the most comfortable ones, but looks good. And got me thinking that sometimes these typical NATO straps, because they have two layers here, are quite high on the wrist, especially if it's a leather. So I started googling a solution to that and came up with one. So typically, it goes like this, but you can also wear it like this. Pull it back a little bit more. Also solves the problem if the strap is a little bit too long, so the tail of it doesn't come around. So far, just wear it like this. Strap through both of the links and put it on if you can, and tighten up, pass through, and so now there's only one layer between the watch and your wrists, and you can control the length of the flap by moving the strap along, or the watch along the strap. Clockwise in this case. Gimmick of the day was that one. I'll return it to its original state. And let's go and have a look at a Norwegian microbrand called Bragdur. Correct me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Not native Norwegian, so Bragdur. Bragd is achievement and Ur is watch, so Lars has achieved creating a watch brand called Bragdur. And the model in question is JERNMANN, Iron Man of sorts, and they have several models out already, and there is an automatic JERNMANN and a Mega Quartz one introduced in 2020 and 2021. 100 pieces, I guess, per piece only, and limited to be sold to Norwegian markets. And I got this from a buddy. Thanks, you know who you are. And that seems to be the only way of getting one of these in Finland, to have a connection of some sorts to the country. Because Lars, to be honest, is, and to be also a little bit playful, don't take this seriously, is a bastard who is not selling these to Finland directly, only to Norway, which is a great shame. So many microbrand owners cherish the idea of selling internationally, and you should also do that, because there's definitely a demand for these great pieces that you produce, and consider the policy. It's not too difficult to post a package to Finland, I would say. Not any more difficult than to Sweden or to Norway or to whatever neighboring countries that have a similar culture and way of doing things. Well, that was my rant about the sales, but let's go back to the watch. So Jernmann Mega Quartz with a date. The case is 316L stainless, 12-hour bezel, sounds great. That is so perfect. Aligns better than Seiko. And not too much backplay, a little bit like a 0.5 mil. You can get a really nice grip of the bezel because it's really rough, even a little bit sharpish, but it makes it look like a real tool because it's like that. Nice shape on the case. I really like this sort of angular downwards turning lug that is fairly short. So 42.5 bezel diameter, 53 from the end of the lock to the end of the lock, and the bracelet goes directly down, so wrists quite well, I would assume. And of course I have experience of that already. Pushers, quite a nice and good feel in the operation of those, and resets well, and no problems there. 2 subdials. The one is 24-hour dial on the right hand side to see what time it is, if it's day or night. 8:30 as it is now approaching. And the other one is for the chronometer, 1 hour dial on that one. So there is no second hand running here. The time is with the quartz function, and the chrono is mechanic, as it is in Mega Quartzes always. Lug width 22, tapers down to a really well made clasp that has an intricacy that I will show next. The crown has a Bragdur B in it, and the case back has that as well. And yeah, overall nice and solid feel. Maybe a little bit unfinished corners here, so a little bit sharpish. Even these ones that have a little bit of a bevel still are a bit sharpish, and the bracelet as well on the inside here, so a little bit attention to the finishing of the corners would be in order. For example, this surface here or corner here is quite sharpish. It doesn't cut you, but when your hand catches it, it doesn't feel the greatest. So back to the clasp, quite a nice and solid invention here, and this is what I like about the locking mechanism. A little bit of a spring to it, and locks nicely and stays really solidly in place. No chance of getting it out, even though the second locking is not in place, and when it is, there is absolutely no danger of losing your watch, at least based on that. And let's see how it looks on the wrist. So I'm still 17.8 centimeters / 7 inches for you royalists. And yeah, what do you think, guys? Pretty good. Overall feel of it, and and having a Mecha Quartz like this in your box as the quick grab and go piece is really nice. I was admiring the helm bracelet, that it's really articulating well. This is quite in the same category, so have a look at this action here. So that makes it really comfortable to wear, because it really lives nicely. Well brushed and looks like almost like an engineered type of bracelet in the Seiko world, and yeah, like the whole thing quite a lot. 14.3 thickness and WR10 water tightness, so all in all quite an impressive piece, and we won't discuss the price because it's not available anymore. Maybe it is for Norwegians and with a leather strap still available. Let's have a look at, yeah, it is 4,900 Norwegian crowns with the leather, and it was 5,800 Norwegian crowns with the stainless bracelet as new. Yeah, so give me a comment, give Lars a comment to sell this more widely than Norway, and have a good day, and like and subscribe and all that crap that I'm supposed to tell in the end. Right, thanks, see you in the next vid.